So what is the task is where I created the task. Stop the HTTPD service and uninstall the package. This is the task, right? And I gave you the task, other task also. I will show you today. Yeah. So what this is Ansible server. So in the Ansible server yesterday, yeah. So you manually run the pipeline, right? And if you have a issue, so right, you are seeing a failure and then you can resolve the issue, then you can run the pipeline again. So this is the Ansible CLI. How you are running your pipeline? Sorry, how you are running your playbook? You are running playbook through commands. Which command? Ansible hyphen playbook. Okay. So there is a another way. There is a another way. I will tell you. So what this is? This is the Ansible. Um, I'm taking the Ansible image. Ansible uh, emojis. So what this is? This is the Ansible, right? Ansible copy image. Yeah. So what this is? This is the Ansible server. What this is? So this is the Ansible server. So how you are running your playbook? You are running playbook through Ansible server. So we can run the playbooks. We can run the playbooks in two ways. We can run the playbooks in two ways. One is Ansible CLI. The same way, the same way we can run. So we can run the playbooks on another way also. What that is? That is a AWX. What is that? Ansible Control Tower. What is that? Ansible Control Tower. That is what this is. So this is also a GUI. What is that? So what this is? Ansible Control Tower. So this is the Ansible GUI. So what you will do here? What you will do it something like you can schedule the jobs. So you can schedule the jobs. You can run the playbook in the GUI model. I will show you. So what is that? AWS Ansible images. Yeah, you see guys. So this is the AWS Ansible Control Tower. In the Ansible Control Tower having the dashboard, jobs, schedules, so right, project, so inventory, right. So in the templates, you can create the templates. So in the templates, how you can run the templates through here, right. Mm, images, F, yeah. So you will get the same. So this is the So a job is an instance AWS launching Ansible playbook against the inventory file. You see, right? A playbook run. So this is the error. So what it will get? So it will get. So this is the file. This is the job, and this is the details of the job. Inventory sync and so this is the project, and this is the successful. So the pipeline is successful. And you see right here, place, tasks, post, how many it is, and elapsed time. Right. So then how many okay, how many changed, how many unreachable, how many failed, skipped. So right, failed. What is failed? Unreachable. So failed to connect the host via SSH. What is the problem? The problem is unable to connect the SSH. So it is a unreachable. Host it is unreachable. Guys understood? Ansible control tower. What is that? AWX overview. Yeah. So AWS makes it possible for users across an organization to share, vet, and manage automation content by means simple, powerful, and agentless technical implementation. IT manager can provide a guidelines on how automation is applied in individual teams. So meanwhile, automation developers retain the freedom to write the tasks that are existing knowledge without an operational overhead of conforming to complex tools and frameworks. It is more secure and stable foundation for deploying end-to-end automation solutions from hybrid cloud to edge. From the hybrid cloud to edge. So in our environment, what is that? So in our environment, now our environment, we are also using the AWS Ansible Tower. How? So, for example, in the GitLab, the developers develop that code and push it to the GitLab. What is that? GitLab. And this is the GitLab. So our merge requests are creating in the GitLab. This is the merge request. What this is? In this merge request having the code. So this is the deployment code. Once you merge the code, right? So what it will do? It will directly connect to the so merge it. Once you merge it, right? You can run a playbook. You can run the playbook of a US prod environment. Once run the playbook, so it will check the code. What is the version is there? Something like a Citibank version 1.20, something like the Citibank version 1.20 is deployed. Okay, so and it will check this and it will check the so where our application is deployed. Our application is deployed in the Rancher Kubernetes engine. What is that? Rancher Kubernetes engine. So this is the Rancher. What this is? So this is the Rancher Kubernetes engine. So once you merge, right, it will when you run the playbook, when you run the playbook, this is the playbook. When you run the playbook, deployment playbook, first it will verify it on the Rancher. What version Citibank is there? 0.9 version is there. Now we are deploying a new version 1.0. So then it will directly connect to the JFrog Artifactory. What is that? JFrog Artifactory. In the JFrog Artifactory, what this is? So this is the JFrog Artifactory. So what it will verify when you run this, right? First it will check it in the rancher. First it will check it in the code and it will verify it in the rancher. The both are same, both are not same. Then so it will connect to the JFrog and get the image and deploy a new image into Rancher. Deploy new image into Rancher. This is the playbook we are running. For example, prod playbook, prod env, prod env dot. Okay, so this is the prod. Same like as a QA, same like as a dev environment. Right, guys, understood? AWS is the Ansible Control Tower GUI. So you can create the playbooks and you can run the playbooks and you can schedule the jobs. So for example, at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. automatically. I want to run the playbook. Welcome. I want to run the playbook for OS patching. I want to run the playbook for application configuration. So I want to run the playbook for the deployment. So whatever that, so you can create the playbook and use that playbook. So use that playbook. Understood? So AWX is a Ansible control tower. What is that? AWX is nothing but an Ansible control tower. Understood? So Ansible AWX is an open source web-based UI and API for managing Ansible automation. So what is that? So Ansible AWX is the open source. Ansible AWX is the open source web-based UI and API for managing Ansible automation. Ansible automation. So if Ansible CLA is nothing but a command line automation, AWX is nothing but a graphical automation platform for central control. So simple definition for the AWS web UI plus the REST API for Ansible. So run playbooks from the browser, schedule the jobs. What are the advantages? So what are the advantages? So advantages are run playbooks, run playbooks from the browser, right? Second one is schedule jobs. So schedule jobs and inventories, manage inventories and control access. What is this? Control access, not track and track track logs and results. What is that? Tracks roles and the results. So what is that? So web-based dashboard, no need to run command manually. What is that? Web-based dashboard, no need to run the commands manually. Everything from UI, jobs, boards, logs. So everything you can use it. Under centralized automation, manage multiple servers from one place, store playbooks in the Git, where we can store the playbooks. We can store the playbooks in the Git, role-based access control who can run what, useful in the team. So job scheduling, how we can schedule the jobs under real-time logs, see outputs of playbook instantly. So what is that? So playbooks instantly. Understood? So what is the workflow for this? What is the workflow? What is the workflow, guys? How it will work? Something like first, it will connect the Git repo, something like a playbook. It will connect the playbooks. Today morning, I show you, right, guys, how the playbooks are there in the GitLab repo. So, right, it will connect to the playbooks and create a inventory. What is that? Create inventory. Create inventory means servers or in which servers we need to apply the playbook. So third one is create credentials, create a credentials SSH. keys credentials, and fourth one is create a job template. Create a job template. So which one is run or schedule job. What is that? So connect to Git repo. So connect to Git repo, create a inventory, create a credentials, create the job template, and run or schedule the jobs. Right. So for example, in the real time examples, what are the real time examples, guys? So real time example I already showed in the morning, but today now I'm discussing how it will be in the real time. So deploy a Docker container on 100 servers. So what is that? So deploy a Docker container on 50 servers or 100 servers, for example. Okay. So update package across all the EC2 instances. What is that? Update packages across all EC2 instances. All EC2 instance restart services restart services automatically. Okay. So these all are the real time examples. These all are the real time examples. Is understood? Yeah. So what you can do is so the task for you guys, task for the task. So what is the task? Task is download and install the AWS automation tool and what is that? Create a inventory, create an inventory and playbook and run the playbook. So run the playbook. This is the task for. So this is the task for you guys, AWS. Okay. Understood? So this is the one task. Tomorrow is a holiday, right? Or tomorrow there is no class. So what you can do is you can create the you can you can done the task, guys. Okay. So you already done the package installation, right? So package install something like package installation already done yesterday, and so service started already done, right? User creation. So task two is nothing but user creation. What you can do, you can create a username. Username is something like a DevOps. You guys can use this DevOps username. Okay. Yeah. And task three is nothing but so copy destination, copy file from so copy file to var install HTTP, right? Var www html index.html. So that file will be in our local. Okay, that index.html is in our local. Then you can copy the file to the var www.html. Yeah, and the task three is nothing but a so command execution. What is that? Command execution. How we can execute the command on the through the Ansible playbook. So what is that? You can use the shell module. Use shell module and run the commands like mkdir bluejtech, okay, and show the uptime of the server. Okay, this is task 3. Task 4. So what you can do is just right. Mm, OS patching. What is that? OS patching. So for example, one server, right? How we can do the OS patching? How we can do? We can use the M module, right? And install the updates on that server task 4, that is task 4. Okay, అక్కడ చివరికి వెళ్ళి okay. So these all are the tasks for you guys. 4 task OS patching means I need all the updates, all the packets need to be updated, and command one command we need to execute these two commands, and copy the file, copy, and the so download and install the AWS automation tool, create an inventory and playbook, and run the playbook. So this will be done through CLI as well as AWX. So CLI as well as AWX. Understood, guys? Understood, huh?
Yes.
Yes, right? Yeah. So now we have understood how we can run the playbook on AWX and the CLI. So now, so what is that? Is the repetitive tasks will be done through the Ansible roles. What is that? Ansible role. So what is a role and how we can create a Ansible role? How we can create the Ansible role? Ansible roles are a way to organize playbooks into reusable modular components. So that playbooks are reusable and modular components. So instead of writing one big playbook, you can break into the roles. The same like as a Terraform stack, right? Main.tf, versions.tf, providers.tf, variables.tf, outputs.tf, locals.tf, data.tf, right? The same like as a you can write a big. So I show you right in the morning. So how many lines it has? It has 2,342 lines, right? So instead of writing a one big playbook, you break it into roles. So you break it into roles. Each roles handles a specific functionality. Each role handles a specific functionality like installing Apache, configuring users, etc. So the simple definition of a role is nothing but structured collection of tasks, files, templates, variables, and handlers is called as a role. What is that? A structured collection of. So what is that? Structured collection of tasks, files, templates, variables, and handlers is nothing but a Ansible role. So what is that? A structured collection of tasks, files, templates, variables, and handlers is nothing but a role. What is the simple definition? Say, so what is the Ansible role is a way to organize playbooks into a reusable modular component. So each role handles a specific functionality like Apache, installing Apache, configuring users, and etc. So standard role structure, how it will goes, the role structure. So something like how it will goes. Mm, Standard Ansible role structure. So what is the role structure? This is the so this is the Ansible role structure. So what it will have? It have the tasks, wheres, handlers, templates, files. So what are those tasks and handlers and templates, wheres, files. Okay. So an Ansible role follows a standardized directory structure that allows Ansible to automatically find and load tasks, so variables, so files, so templates. To create this structure instantly, you can use the Galaxy Ansible Galaxy init. What is the command, guys? The command is Ansible Galaxy. So if you use that Ansible Galaxy init, so it will automatically create the Ansible structure. Ansible structure. The standard role layout, a complete root typical contains those directories, each with a main.aml file, except for files or templates. What is that? Except for files and templates. So tasks, the core logic contains the main list of tasks to be executed by the room. Handlers contains the handlers, main service restarts that are triggered by notifying the tasks. Default variable role. These have lowest priority and are easily overridden by the users. Whereas high priority variables that are generally intended to remain constant with the role and the not to be overridden. Files, so static files that need to be copied to the remote host. Templates, so Jinja templates that are dynamically processed before using the template. Meta is about the role, including the author license and everything. Test contains a test inventory and a test.yaml file for the role. Test contains main list of tasks. Default contains default variable. Vars contain specific role variables. Headless service restarts and meta dependencies and author info. Dependencies and author info. Understood? How you can create the what is the console dot AWS management console. Okay. What is that? EC2 instances. EC2 Mumbai region. Instances in the Mumbai region. No? Hyderabad region. No? So everything you deleted, huh? Money there, huh? Manikanta? Manikanta is not there, huh? How many we have? We have only one. Then okay. చూసా నేను ఒకటి మార్నింగ్ Yeah, please. Which one? AWS. Huh? So he already stopped everything. Huh? Ansible server. I'm stopping this one, guys. Instance state. Stop the instance. Stop the instance. Okay. So this is the Ansible tower. Instance state. Oh, definitely. Why? Sorry. Instance state. Stop the instance. Okay, I'm starting the instances. So what I need to do? So I need to run that command. Which command? So Galaxy, Ansible hyphen Galaxy init. So it will automatically create the structure. It will automatically create the structure and use the structure under car reusable, something like whatever the reusables, right? You can write it in. So in the tasks, the core main core will be in the tasks. Handlers, that is the service restarts. Defaults, you don't need to use the defaults and vars. So whatever the variables, right? That variables will be used in the vars. The files, whatever the static files or remote state file certificates, you can use in the certificates. Templates, Jinja templates. Okay, so no need to add it in the tester, test.aml. Playbook verifies the rule functionality. Okay, I will create it 1 second. This is the public. This is the one only. Yeah? Restart. New session. Okay, this is the public and credentials. Browse task. Appearance change 18. Ah, okay. Apply. Accept. What is that? EC to icon user. What is the default user, guys? For the Amazon Linux or CentOS Red Hat, EC2 is the default user. Okay. So what you can create? You can create the I will create one second. Ansible. Terraform. You get to so what is that? You can use sudo Ansible, right? Yeah. So Ansible, icon Galaxy init. So Ansible Galaxy role init. Role name we need to provide Ansible hyphen Galaxy init role name. For example, web server. What is that? Web server. So it's created the role created the web server. What is that? Web server role is created. CD a web server. Okay. What it will create? It will create the folder structure is defaults, files, handlers, meta, tasks, templates, tests, vars. Okay. So in the web servers, tasks, main.yaml and handlers, main.yaml and templates index.j2 and defaults main.yaml. Okay. So what is that? So we can write the task something like VA cd tasks. In the task, we have a main.yaml, va main.yaml. So in the main.yaml, so what task file for web servers. So, okay, insert. So what is this web server, for example? So name equal to install Apache, m name httpd state present, copy index file, template src inject.j2. So destination. So where www.html index.html notify restart Apache. So start Apache httpd start. Okay. So this is the task main.file. What task we need to do? So we need to install the Apache, then copy the HTML file, index.html file, then I'll start the Apache. Start the Apache. Okay. So in the handlers main dot, if you go to the handlers, cd handler, sorry, cd dot handlers. Okay. So vi main dot yml. So in the vi main dot yml, so something like what you need to add, you need to add the handlers service restart. Okay. Which service you need to restart? So name restart Apache service, name HTTPD restarted. Okay. Now what we have in the main tasks va main.ml. In the main.ml, just a state equal to Apache state equal to started and so m state equal to present. Okay. So in the handlers dot main.ml, just service HTTPD restarted, starter restarted. So here main.ml main.ml start and their main.ml restart. Okay, so in the Jinja templates, cd slash templates. Okay, in the templates, what you need to do index.va. Is there any files are there? Nothing. So index.j to Jinja files. Sorry, va index.gita. Something like what you need to do. H1. Welcome to Ansible Ansible underscore host name. What is this? Ansible underscore host name. H1 close. Okay. Paragraph D. What is that? Deployed using Ansible rule. Deployed using Ansible rule. Ansible rule. Paragraph close. Okay. This is the HT index.html. So what are the roles? cd dot roles. Role. What is that? Defaults. cd templates. Cd defaults. cd defaults in the defaults. Main.ml va main.ml in the main.ml. What we need to do? Web port 80. We will add the port number. Web icon port 80. Web port 80. This is nothing but a defaults. Main playbook. What is that? The cd dot less. So here, task test cd test va test dot handle. So host equal to here. It will automatically create, but role hyphen name deploy web server deploy web server host equal to web host equal to web become s become s roles equal to web server. Okay. Next, in the inventory, VI inventory, in the inventory, insert web instance. Okay, this is running. We don't have a public IP address. Sorry, private IP, we need private IP. Okay, this is the email. Okay, so we need to run the playbook. So we need to run the playbook. How you can run it? Test.m, right? Ansible set hyphen playbook hyphen inventory test dot error role. The role web server was not found in home Ansible web server test roles. Home Ansible role. What is this? Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen inventory test.m. So this is the main one, right? Main test.m. And apply web server, post web become as roles web server. Okay, roles web server. Understood. The role web server was not found in the home Ansible web server. Tests of roles. Home Ansible roles, user as roles. The role web server was not found. ಇದೇ web server. Home Ansible. Home Ansible web servers tested. EWD Ansible. So web servers. CD web servers. CD tests. Then four web servers. Here, Python server CD roles web server. Okay. So A slash home Ansible. Here is the path. Ansible CFG. Enter Ansible dot CFG. Find slash find Ansible dot PHP. So we'll find the okay, I'm creating this. System. Mhm. Mm-hmm. One second, please. No. Really? No, you can try. Tax problem with servers. Hmm. Okay. This English for Ansible. Yeah, project. More for project is Let's try. Okay. Click Ansible Playbook. Yes, just that. Yeah, now it is running. Okay. So install Apache, copy index.html and start Apache and change it. Now it is working fine. So what is that? MLS. So what is that? So here there is a project is my folder. In that project ansible.cfg roles and test. So what is roles? Roles contains web server. In the web server contains all the defaults, files, handlers, meta task templates, vars. But the tasks, yeah. So web server.cd. The project's having the tests. Sorry, cd test. What is a test? Test having a va test dot. I mean, this is the. So we need to run this, right? So it will connect to the web server. A web server will connect to the. So web server, in the web server having a files. So it will connect to the file web server ls cd, right? If you go to the web server role, so in the role, so there is a web server. In the web server, so it will handle all these tasks. So it will handle all these tasks. Understood? So this is nothing but a roles. No need to worry about it. It will be very simple. So if you create the Ansible Galaxy in it, the role name, it will automatically create and the structure will be created. You just rename it the structure. So I already told you, right? So what that is, project roles, playbooks, inventory. So right, playbooks, inventory. So if you have this, right, so something like a roles web server test, test data. So it will connect to the test. I will show you this project structure. So what this is? So this is the home Ansible project. In the project having the roles, a role having the web server having the, so the templates, all the templates, and the test is the test.yaml file in inventory. So what is that? Whatever we want to run this, right? YAML file. This file will be in the main file and the inventory file, right? In the web servers having the handlers, so vars, so templates, so files. Okay, so visitors having the templates also, so we can use these, and so we can every day if you want to deploy restart or deploy restore deploy, we can use it. Understood? So this is nothing but a role, Ansible role, guys. Okay. Yep, thanks. So we'll continue from tomorrow. There is no class, guys. The class will be on Friday. Okay. Thank you.